All right, last section in chapter 8, and it's finding area of irregular figures. So basically, it's taking multiple figures and putting them together, finding the area of each one of them, and then adding them together. It's not a big deal. It's information that you already know. So let's just go through it again. If I'm talking about a parallelogram, I don't know what happened to my R there. Sorry. Or my A. Remember the formula is base times height. If I'm talking about a triangle, my formula is base times height divided by 2. If I'm talking about a trapezoid, remember my formula is base plus base times height divided by 2. If I'm talking about a circle and I want the area of a circle, remember that's pi r squared. If I'm talking about a semicircle, then I'm talking about pi r squared divided by 2. If I'm talking about a quarter of a circle, it's just going to be pi r squared divided by 4, right? Because it's a quarter. Okay, so those are kind of the things that you need to think about and remember. The formulas, rectangles are length times width. Squares, all sides are equal, is equal to side times side, or we say s to the second power. That should be all that we need for these. Yep. Okay, so make sure you have that down. I would write them on a formula sheet. Definitely get them in your brain. It's definitely something that you can get in your long-term memory. Don't look at them and go, oh my gosh, I'm never going to remember all these formulas. Learn them, understand them. When you understand them, then you won't forget them. If you just go through a process of trying to memorize all the time, it'll be in your short-term memory and then it's gone. So just learn them. Have little techniques that'll help you remember them. Okay, so here we go. Oh, look at that. Can you see all the shapes in there? Well, I would think so because they measured them out for you. So you can see that you have a square, you have a triangle, and then you have a quarter circle. So the best thing that you could do is just figure it out. You have your square plus your triangle plus your quarter circle. Now you just wrote those formulas down, so they should all be in your brain. So let's look at our square. It looks like our square is a 2 by 2. Now look at your triangle. Can you see that your triangle is 2 base 2 times the height? Can you see that the height of the triangle is 4? So this is 2 and this is 4. Now let's look at our circle. Our circle has 2, this right here, what is that called? I want you to think about a circle. What is that? Right, that's the radius. So 2 inches is the radius. And then, yeah, that's all you need to know. 2 inches is the radius. Because remember our formulas. This one is side squared plus this one is base times height divided by 2 because it's half of a square. This one is pi r, oops, didn't mean to give you that. Oh well. This one is pi r squared. So here we go. So the first one is just 2 times 2. The second one is base times height divided by 2. And the third one is pi 2 squared, but it's not a whole circle. It's a quarter of a circle. So divided by 4. So let's see what we have. We have 4 plus 4 times 2 is 8. Divided by 2 is 4 plus, let's do this one. Well, pi times 4 divided by 4 would just be pi. So approximately 3 1400ths. So you're just going to add those all up. So 4 plus 4 plus 3 1400ths. And what do you get? Approximately, because it can't be exact. If there's a circle involved, your answer will never be exactly. So it's approximately 11 1/10 inches squared, because I'm finding area. There you go. So it's just about taking the pieces of what you already know and then putting them all together. There's a whole lot of information going on here. Let's get through this. Okay, well, that's the easy one. So pause me here and try to figure it out yourself. I'm going to go ahead and go on because you already paused me. Okay, so we have our triangle, which is base times height divided by 2. We have our rectangle, which is length times width. And then we have a semicircle, which is pi r squared divided by 2. So start with this one. How do you know it's base and height? 90-degree angle. So it's going to be 3 times 4 divided by 2 plus 4 times 10 plus pi. What's my radius? Well, this whole dotted line is the same as this whole dotted line. So I know that the whole dotted line is 4 centimeters, but I only want my radius, so I only want half of it. So 2 squared divided by 2. So that's your formula. So figure that out. 12 divided by 2 plus 40. And the next one is pi. Approximately 6 3/10. So 6 3/10 plus 46 is going to give you approximately, remember can't be exact, there's a circle involved, 52 3/10 centimeters squared. Go ahead and process that. Yay. Oh, carpeting cost $2 per square foot. How much will it cost to carpet the area shown? I'm not sure what we're carpeting here. It's an interesting layout, but we are carpeting a rectangle, a square, and a triangle. So think about your rectangle is 14 by 10. Go ahead and pause and try and figure this out. Plus 3 times 3 plus triangle is base. What is the base? Right, it's 14. It's the same measurement of this. Times the height, which is 12. I don't know what I just did there. And the whole thing divided by 2 because it's a triangle. It's half of a square. So you're going to do 140 plus 9 plus 14 times 12 divided by 2. And you're going to get your answer. Oh, they're going to step you through all this. There's your square. Here's your triangle. Put them all together and you should have gotten 233 feet squared. There you go. Oh, but the question is, so you have 233 feet squared. So you have 233 feet squared. And it costs $2 per square foot. So how are you going to figure out how much it costs? Yeah, just multiply it by 2. It's going to cost you $466 to carpet the area shown. All right, that's easy. You have a rectangle and a triangle. So you have your rectangle, which is 29 times 10. Pause it so you can do it on your own. And then you have a triangle. Don't forget, you guys, one of the biggest mistakes I see over and over again is forgetting to divide the triangle by 2. So you have your 29 times 6 divided by 2 is 87. Put those two together, and you have 377 feet squared. But the question is, 1 gallon of paint is advertised to cover 100 square feet. You have 377 square feet. So how many gallons of paint are you going to need? I definitely hope you said 4 gallons, because if you only said 3 gallons, what are you going to do with the other 77 feet? Always better to have more paint than less paint. So you would need about 4 gallons. There you go. Hope chapter 10 goes well for you. Make sure to message me if you have any questions.